We are, after all, the ones who decide which coins, rounds, and bars are worthy of paying a significantly higher premium for, but when it comes to the spot price of silver, that has virtually nothing to do with us. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see what the spot price does moving forward into 2021. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. Happy December to you, your friends, and your family. Today, I wanted to talk about the spot price of silver climbing back up above the $24 mark and what may or may not currently be causing this. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today, I wanted to talk about the spot price of silver because as we've seen for the last couple of months, silver wasn't moving much at all. Silver was sitting at or around the $24 mark, 24 and change. And then last week, we saw it drop down to $23 and change, which wasn't too big of a move, but it was still pretty exciting. And then on Friday, Black Friday 2020, we saw it drop down to $22 and change. And it was locked in place for the entire Thanksgiving weekend because it was, after all, the weekend. And then on Monday, Cyber Monday, it was still $22 and change. So it's almost as if the spot price gave us a Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale, with all of the online precious metal dealers giving us tons of deals and discounts on top of that. So it was a win-win, and I hope each and every one of you who do stack silver capitalized on the opportunity, with spot price being a little bit lower than we've been used to, with a bunch of deals, discounts, and whatnot thrown on top of that. But today, here we are, the day after Cyber Monday. It is Tuesday, and spot price has started to climb back up. Silver, as I'm recording this video, is about $24.06. Now, it's been fluctuating quite a bit, so by the time I edit this video, by the time I post this video, by the time you watch this video, it might be completely different. Silver is very sporadic. It goes up and down like crazy. But as I'm recording the video, it's just over the $24 mark. And this doesn't necessarily surprise me. However, I do think with everything still going on in the world, the fact that we are still waiting for tons and tons and tons of information, we are all left in the dark in a lot of different ways. There's still quite a bit of economic uncertainty. There's a lot of all types of uncertainty. I mean, we still don't have virtually any of the answers that we've been looking for, especially over these last couple of months. We're still waiting on some updates related to the second stimulus. We're waiting for some updates regarding the FDA approval of the potential vaccine that should be coming out. We still don't even technically know the official winner of the presidential election, and then there's lockdowns on top of that. And by the way, the governor of New Jersey, Phil Murphy, just shut us back down as of yesterday morning. Not the entire state, obviously, but a lot of different facilities, a lot of different types of jobs. One of my jobs, unfortunately, is going to be shutting down until January the earliest. So if anybody knows a way of setting up a boxing match or an MMA match between the governor of New Jersey and the host of a silver stacking YouTube channel, let me know. Asking for a friend. But I wanted to talk about this today because with everything going on, I think this is going to cause spot price to really start to move. And a lot of people are under the impression that those of us who are stacking the silver and the gold affect the spot price immensely. A lot of people that are pretty much brand new, I would assume, believe that when spot price goes up, it's because a lot of people are starting to stack silver. When spot price goes down, it means people are selling off. That's actually not the case. We do not even scratch the surface when it comes to the coins, the rounds, and the bars that we like to pick up. We do, however, impact the premiums. We are, after all, the ones who decide which coins, rounds, and bars are worthy of paying a significantly higher premium for. But when it comes to the spot price of silver, that has virtually nothing to do with us. What causes the spot price of silver to be going up and down, especially with how sporadic it is due to activity or inactivity going on in all of the different fields, all of the different industries, all of the different sectors that demand silver. I've referenced this a couple of times already, so I'll make this part very quick. But the biggest player in the global silver demand is actually the jewelry industry, believe it or not. And keep in mind, silver has over 10,000 different uses. It's the #1 most reflective metal. It is the greatest conductor of both heat and electricity. Silver is used in electronics, it's used in cars, it's used in photography, it's used in solar panels, it's used in medicine. Silver is used all over the place. Silver is needed for a lot of different things in a lot of different industries. So when these sectors are going through periods of inactivity or low production, as we've seen this entire year, that plays a big role in what silver is going to be doing from a spot price perspective. This year, we saw a lot shut down. Many of those shutdowns haven't even fully opened back up yet. A lot of places were on complete and total lockdown. Everyone got laid off. And with all of the people losing jobs, they weren't really spending the way that they normally would. And with the jewelry industry being the biggest player in the global silver demand, do you really think 2020 was the year that people were buying jewelry and buying expensive gifts and necklaces and watches and rings and earrings and whatnot? I would assume probably not. And it's not even just the jewelry industry. We have to also look at the silver mining companies. The mines where people go and dig up the silver were shut down. So we were having significantly less silver being brought up above ground, and the mints were shut down, or at least they reduced production. So we were working with less silver, we were producing less silver, we were minting less coins, less rounds, less bars. This all plays a role. And unfortunately, there was absolutely nothing we could do about it. From the little guy's perspective, from you and I, just some average Joes who stack a little bit of silver, a little bit of gold when we can. Maybe we pick up 5, 10, 15, 20 or so ounces of silver at a time, maybe half an ounce of gold or a quarter of an ounce of gold or 1, 2 ounces of gold at a time. We barely even scratch the surface. We are so minuscule, practically non-existent when it comes to the global silver demand. All of these industries, all of these sectors, all of these massive corporations that rely on silver as heavily as they do, those are the big dogs. Those are the ones who cause silver and gold to go up and down as much as it does. Now, with the spot price of silver being back in the $24 range as I'm recording today's video, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see what the spot price does moving forward into 2021, especially, and more specifically, toward the middle to the end of January of 2021. I think at that point, we're going to start seeing some more information come out. I think at that point, we're going to understand more details. I think at that point, a little bit of light is going to be shed on a very dark situation. We're left in the dark right now. Don't forget, there's a lot of information that we have no idea about right now. I have no idea if the information is being withheld from us, or even the people who might have the information don't even have the information. I'm not going to sit here and claim,
like, oh, they know what they're doing, this is a conspiracy, they're out to get us.
I'm not going to play the paranoia game. I'm going to be serious, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be objective, I'm going to be realistic, and unfortunately right now, no matter where you look, you can't really find many answers. And odds are, if you find an answer, you go to a different source and you'll get the polar opposite answer. So this is a very confusing and frustrating time, as it's been pretty much this entire year. And fingers crossed that moving into 2021, we will not learn that 2020 was just the warm-up of what's to come. I believe that it's going to take us probably at least another solid year to begin getting back on track. I think 2021 is going to be the year of making progress and making a little bit of a comeback and the whole recovery stage. And I think 2022 is when things are going to hopefully be normal again, or relatively normal, or get to be a little bit more stable, sustainable, and have made somewhat of a recovery. I don't think it's going to be anytime in the near future. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's sooner than expected, but again, trying to be realistic, trying to be objective, it's going to take some time. So moving away from that, I wanted to go back to talking about the spot price of silver really quick, because like I said, you and I, don't play much of a role when it comes to spot price. But when it comes to the premiums, as I was explaining earlier, I think we do play a role in the premiums going up and down. And I will use March of this year, March of 2020, when silver practically got sliced in half. I'm going to use that as an example. Because what did we see as soon as spot price came crashing down earlier this year? We saw premiums go through the roof. Why was that? Because people were paying the premiums. All of these websites and coin shops and online bullion dealers and whatnot, they would have had no customers if we all said, screw that, I'm not paying those premiums. A lot of people were going full throttle. Silver was down almost 50%, and yet people were paying almost 50% more than what they were used to. Because even with the spot price being half of what it was the week before, the premiums that were tacked on drove the price all the way up above what we were paying before everything fell down. Now the spot price at the time, I believe it was about maybe $18, and it fell down to, not exactly 50%, but it fell down to the $12 range. So you would think, okay, if you stick a $6 premium on that, it brings it back up to $18. That's not what we saw. When spot price went down to the $12 range, we saw $8, $9, $10 premiums. And then when silver started to make a little bit of a comeback and the spot price started to climb back up, the premiums didn't creep back down. The premiums went up with the spot price. And the reason for that is because people were paying the premiums. If people weren't buying, they couldn't sell. And if they couldn't sell, they would lower their prices. That's how it works. Supply and demand. You can't just charge whatever you want if nobody buys it. But if people are paying, you can put any dollar amount on it you want. And it was unbelievably frustrating for me trying to get my hands on more silver, especially when spot price was essentially on sale, almost 50% off. I was paying more than I was before spot price got chopped in half because of those crazy premiums. And a lot of people had an issue with this. One way of combating it that I've been told about, unfortunately, I did not get to experience this because my local coin shop was shut down as well. Because I live in New Jersey, the whole state was practically shut down. But a lot of people told me that their local coin shops, throughout the entire duration of when everything came crashing down, the end of March into April into May, when spot price was still pretty low and the premiums were still pretty high, their local coin shops were actually offering silver at a very fair price. So that's one way you can combat it. If you don't like what these online precious metal dealers are charging, check your local coin shop. But fact of the matter is, the reason premiums went up in the first place, I believe it was business continuity. I think they had to do what they had to do in order to avoid losing currency and to continue making currency, making profits. But I think they stayed high for a completely different reason. I think it's because they knew that people who were stacking silver would get sucked into the whole fear of missing out nonsense and would pay whatever these websites listed the prices as. They could have put a $50 premium on 1 troy ounce generic silver rounds, generic silver bars. I guarantee you, a ton of people would have paid those $50 over spot per troy ounce premiums. Mark my words. And that's something that I personally wouldn't do. In fact, I took about 3 months off of not picking up any silver at all. And it wasn't necessarily because of the premiums. It was because at the very beginning, I had no idea what this year, the sickness, the shutdowns, I didn't know what any of this meant. Nobody knew what any of this meant. At the very beginning, I didn't know how it was going to affect my income. I didn't know if my paychecks were going to be taken away from me. I didn't know if I was going to have to pay more money for other things. I had no idea. So I said, hey, you know what? Let me hang on to my currency. Fingers crossed, this is probably very, very over-exaggerated, and then I'll just be able to pick up where I left off and save up the currency, and then if nothing happens, I can use all that extra stored up currency to get even more silver, and that's eventually what I did. I went from March, April, and May, no new silver. Then in June, July, August, September, October, November, and now moving into December, I've been getting silver consistently, quite a bit of it, as aggressively as I can. It's been a very expensive last couple of months, so unfortunately not nearly as much silver as I would ideally like to have been able to get, but still, I've been getting my fair share of silver. By the way, I got some brand new silver in the mail today. That'll be tomorrow's unboxing video, something I've never shown on this channel before, something I've never even owned before today, so look forward to it unboxing. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on the spot price going up and down? Do you think that those of us who are stacking the silver play much of a role at all? I personally do not, and that's not just me thinking that. I'm going by the numbers, I'm going by the statistics, I'm going by these massive, massive, massive industries requiring hundreds of millions of ounces of silver and completely blow us out of the water. I think they play a significantly bigger role in causing the spot price to go up and down. And during periods of inactivity, where they're on a lockdown or they're shut down or they've reduced operations or they've ceased production altogether, I think that really stirs things up, and I think that's what causes the spot price to go up and the spot price to go down and things start to get crazy. So let me know your thoughts, your opinions regarding the spot price being very sporadic during times like these for the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller, easier to manage. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a bunch of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of the YouTube videos commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,500, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on the spot price of silver right now, with it being 22 and change just yesterday, and now it's about 24 and change, maybe a little higher, maybe a little bit lower. Point being is it's up from where it was these last couple of days. What are your thoughts? Are you excited? Are you happy? Are you disappointed? Were you hoping, with your fingers crossed, that silver was going to be going down? Were you hoping that we would see another day of silver in the red? I'll be honest with you, that's what I was hoping for. But head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to the spot price of silver and your thoughts moving forward, the closer we get to 2021. And also, when it comes to the impacts that cause spot price to go up, spot price to go down, do you think that those of us, me, you, him, and her, that are stacking silver and gold, can even scratch the surface in causing the spot price to start to move? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.